So if you're interested, or if you are, or you want to be a lash technician, but you would like to know more about beginners tips, anything you can do to improve your work, keep watching this video. Hi Lash Babes, it is day 2 of Vlogmas, and I'm coming to you with another video, okay? It's my channel. If you're a subscriber, and hey, if not, go ahead, click subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, because if you're not keeping up with Amber Mercedes, you're keeping up with me, period, okay? So by the time of this video, you guys already know I am doing like some tips for beginners lash tech. I haven't made a video like this in over a year, I believe, and people always DMing me asking me questions related to being a lash tech. So I thought I would give you guys the most important things if I were you, or things that I wish I knew as a beginner lash tech. Hold on, let me try. Things that I wish I knew off the rip as a beginner lash tech, so I can help you guys maybe guide you to a better headspace of your lash journey, okay? So we're just gonna get straight to the video because I hate all the extra, okay? So the first thing that I will always vouch for is you need to take a lash class. Oh my gosh, it is so important that you have to take a lash class. And me, honestly, no shade to the girls that offer virtual classes. I feel like in person is 20 times better. It's more hands-on. I'm the type of learner that I have to look at you, I have to see what you're doing. I have to look exactly where you're placing the lash. Like, I'm not really good with learning online. Never have been, never will be, okay? So I always, when I became a lash tech, I got in-person training. But when I became a lash tech, y'all, I got in-person training. And I got trained by a lady down here in St. Louis who has been lashing for, I think, 5 years. And now she's currently a RN nurse. And she's doing big things, and she helped me a lot when it came down to my lash journey. Her class was very, very informative. It gave me a lot of information about lashes, period, curl styles, all that stuff, okay? So I would say take a lash course. Yeah, it's cute to be all self-taught, but like, y'all don't understand how much education comes with being a lash tech. Like, you really have to learn about lashes. At the end of the day, you are lashing people's eyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, their eyes. If something was to go wrong, you accidentally poke them with the tweezers in their eye. The glue it doesn't cooperate with their eye. They wake up and their eyes are glued shut, or the eyes are super duper red, or they're in the ER the next day. Any of those things, it's like, what will be your next steps? But you don't know that, because sometimes in these lash classes, they do not tell you about the red flags of what can happen if you're not properly lashing and accidents happen. And that's one thing I can say that I wish I knew, because I can honestly say that in my lash class, she did not tell me about, I guess she gave me a book, and it's probably in the book, but in my lash class, we were mainly focusing on like lashes. So lash curl types, people's eye types, how to remove lashes, how to place some, either on the side, on the top, or under. You know what I'm saying? But nobody really talks about what happens when things go wrong. So I definitely recommend when you take a lash class, you want to make sure that's included, because I didn't know, like, I never had anybody had any like major incidents, but still to this day, I did not know how to properly take care of a situation if it was something to happen, God forbid, to my client, where they're in the ER, their eyes are shut, they're super red, they got bumps and pus and all of that. So what I had to do was educate myself. I joined Facebook groups, I looked up information, I asked lash techs who I became close with, because once you become a lash tech and people see your work, they kind of like, pay attention to you, and they follow you, and they like your work, and you call them like your little social media lash tech friends. So like, I had to learn, and even to this day, I've been lashing for over a year now. Still to this day, I'm still learning. So that's why I want to push on y'all how important it is about the education part, okay? Because it goes way past taking the lash class. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yes, take the lash class. Learn as much as you can. Ask as many questions possible at the lash class. Do not go to a lash class without being prepared with a list full of questions. That's what I recommend. Like, I wish I would have did that. Like, I wish I would have really kind of like did more research on lashes, so then when I went to my lash class, I would have had a list of things ready to ask her. Because with my lash journey, it was more so that I've been knowing I wanted to be a lash tech. I've already tried to be a self-taught lash tech at that moment, but I failed tremendously because my first set, for only one ad, y'all, only one ad, it took me 7 hours. I gave up on it, didn't want to do lashes again, but then it came back to me because lashes are my passion. So I just wish I would have really took the time, and of course I watched YouTube videos about being a lash tech, but it was more so I was watching people do lash sets. I wasn't watching people do these sit down videos where they're talking to you like how I'm doing right now, telling you this, that, and the third about lashes and what to do and what not to do. I didn't have that. My bad. I was trying to make sure that my video was still recording, but I didn't have that. So definitely do your research before taking a lash class. Do your research not only on lashes, but do your research on the person you're taking class with. Because look, y'all, a lot of these lash techs, they are in it for the money. They're not really trying to help you. They're not really trying to educate you. They don't really want to see you do big. They want to charge you that $1,000. They want to charge you that $6.99, that $7.99, that $8.99 to get their money and just tell you how to do the lashes. But they don't really set you up to be the best lash tech that you can be. Okay. And that's why I say it goes further than taking a lash class, because you really do educate yourself about lashes through the whole process of being a lash tech from beginning to end. I'm still educating myself on being a lash tech, period. Like, I'm still educating myself. So that's why I say it is very important that you take a lash class, because you really think that you know something, or you think that you know enough information about something, and honestly you don't until you take a lash class. So I 100% recommend taking the lash class. So find you somebody who's have phenomenal, reviews about their lash class, somebody you trust, somebody you probably been watching for a minute. Don't go off the biggest followers, because that don't matter. I'm telling y'all, a lot of these lash techs are money hungry. So really take your time and putting your money, investing your money into someone, because at the end of the day, you are going to spend a decent amount of money taking a lash class. Like the virtual lash class, I've been seeing a lot of them being real cheap, but like I said, I do not recommend virtual lash classes. No, ma'am. And also make sure your lash class also provides you with a hands-on person, because I'm telling you, the mannequin is 20 times different than having somebody real lashes, because real lashes has layers. And that's something you're going to learn in your lash class too. The real lashes has layers. So don't let you, if you're paying $500, $600, $700, make sure you have a lab model to practice on as well, because you need to know how it feels like and what it feels like to actually hold them tweezers above a client's face and really isolate those lashes when they have layers of lashes. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about when y'all go to a lash class, or when y'all take y'all first client, or if y'all already took y'all first client. Y'all know that the human eye has anywhere between 3 to 4 layers. So you need to learn what method works for you, where you can still isolate all those layers and still lash effectively. You know what I'm saying? So you need to have a person with you when you are taking your lash class, so you can be able to, create the best sets, and then be, making sure that the client lashes are also protected. You don't want them stacking on top of each other because you don't know how to isolate in layers. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure everything, all your I's are dotted, all your T's is crossed when it comes down to you being a lash tech, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. So make sure that it's also included in your lash class. And if it is not, ask the person that you are taking a lash class with, is it possible if they can include that for you, because you would like to know how it feels like to lash a real person. Do not just let the mannequin lash you. My lash class, I had a real person, and I thank God for that, because I'm telling y'all, it was nothing like that mannequin. That mannequin, I was going through that fast. I was lashing that mannequin so fast. When it came down to that client, baby, I was shaking. My placement was wrong. I was placing in the middle of their eyelash instead of placing closer to the water bed, but not on the water bed. It was just too much, and I knew at that moment, like, this is going to be something that I have to practice. This is not going to be a one and done thing, okay? So that's tip number 1 that I recommend for lash techs. And also, if you already a lash tech, get certified twice. Get certified 3 times. I'm about to get certified twice soon. My lash tech, I'm just waiting for her to come back in the game. She had a family emergency. And she's taking her time coming back into the lash world, which I respect. But once she's back in the lash world, I will be taking a lash class with her. Because like I said, you can never stop learning when it comes down to something like this, because it's a skill and it's a technique, and it requires a lot of precision and it requires a lot of time, okay? So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. Moving on to number 2, practice makes perfect. This is something that I really struggle with, y'all. Let me tell y'all why. I struggled with this simply because I never realized how important practicing was when I first got on my last class, y'all. Because like, you gotta think about it. Back then, my mindset wasn't kind of really one and done, but it was like, okay, I can do this a couple of times and I'll be decent. No, I kept like, I would last probably like once a week and I would not notice that I'm getting better. Well, of course you're not getting better. You're not practicing long enough. You're not practicing enough. You're not making fans when you're not doing nothing. You're not practicing fans for an hour. And my lash tech did tell me, she told me, the person that taught my, the person who class I took, she told me, she said, you have to practice making fans at least an hour a day or you're never going to get better, okay? So I'm just like, okay, like, you know, I noticed that in my head, but I never really understood until I really sat there and started taking people for free. And I noticed that, like, wow, I really suck at this. Like, I'm really doing a bad job here. Like, I'm really like, well, what am I doing? And it took me to understand that I had to start practicing. And to this day, I still struggle with practicing, only because, like, my suite is located downtown. I live in the suburbs of St. Louis. So it's kind of hard for me to travel back and forth to my suite. But that's still no excuse. And I told myself 2023, I'm not, you know, it's no excuses. So what I'm about to start doing is having stuff that's lash tech related here. Tweezers, glue, fan, mannequins. I'm going to have all that stuff here so I can spend really 1 hour a day just making fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to practice at least 1 hour a day perfecting my craft, because I'm telling you, that's the only way y'all gonna get better. That's the only way y'all gonna get better, if y'all really practice making fans. So that means, baby, no easy fans. If you use the easy fans, throw all those trays away, because easy fans are horrible. Not only will you have bad retention with easy fans, but they're also just too heavy for the natural eyelash, okay? You really just want to use anywhere between 0.34, 0.35, and 0.07, 0.05, and 0.03. I'm sorry if I said those numbers wrong. But you really just want to focus on kind of using those when you're doing volume sets and creating fans, because you don't want them to be too heavy on the natural lash, because that's how you could potentially cause permanent lash damage, and you don't want that, okay? So please stop using easy fans if you are using them, okay? And make sure you are learning how to make fans. Yes, making fans suck. Yes, making fans are really hard, but I'm telling you, your sets are going to improve tremendously if you really sit there and practice how to make fans. Now me, I use, that's in another tip later, so I'm not gonna go into that. But yes, practice makes perfect. So practice as much as you can, because once you practice as much as you can, you cannot sit there and say, oh, why am I not getting better? Baby, you only lash once a week. You only lash 3 times out the week. You have to, especially as a beginner, you have to practice every single day. You have to create some type of muscle memory for your hands so you can know how to make fans. I'm telling you, once you make fans, and once you get good at making fans, and once you keep practicing on your placement, practicing and placement goes hand to hand. Your attention gets better, you get faster, because that's the number one thing that I was focused on when I first started. Oh, I'm so slow. Why is it taking me 4 hours to do a lash set? Why is it taking me 5 hours to do a lash set? I was focused on the wrong things, when if I was practicing how I should have in the beginning of the process, everything would have came back to me full circle. It would have been easier for me to lash. My retention would have been better if I was focused on what's important, and that was the practicing aspect. I was missing that foundation. Y'all need to have a foundation first and then build on that. So don't worry about speed. That's my next thing. The next thing, number 3, is don't worry about speed, okay? And this is going to be short, simple, to the point, because it kind of ties in with practice making perfect. You do not need to be worried about speed. If you are worried about speed, stop worrying about speed, because I'm telling you, the speed is going to get better. If you guys go watch my previous videos, and I will actually link my previous videos down below this video so y'all can watch my lash journeys, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. Y'all will see that it used to take me 7 hours. It used to take me let's go back to the 2 days. It took me 2 days before, when I first started back in 2019. Then it took me 7 hours. Then it took me 4 hours. Then 3. Then 2 hours and 45 minutes. 2 hours and 30 minutes. And now it's currently taking me about 2 hours to do lashes. Really about 1 hour and 30. And then recently I've been doing lashes for 1 hour. So as you can see, like, my time has dropped tremendously. And it really did take time. And I'm going to honestly sit here and say that it took me like a year to get down to like 1 hour. But you gotta think about it, I wasn't practicing as I should be. So just imagine if you practice every single day, how faster you'll be quicker. You'll probably get down to 1 hour and a half in 6 months. And it's really not about speed. I mean, like, yes, you wanna have a shorter amount of time to do lashes so you can take more clients, but don't, like, speed shouldn't be the first focus, period. Like, once you get to a level where you are lashing good, you practice every day, your sets are coming out beautiful, then you can worry about speed. Then you can worry about, okay, my goal is to at least get down to 1 hour and 45 minutes. I feel like 1 hour and 45 minutes and 2 hours are good times to be at when it comes to lashes, because really doing lashes in 1 hour is not really a flex. It really isn't to me, because like I said, it's not about speed. It's really just about the craft. And don't get me wrong, there's some people that have been in the lash game for 6 years and know how to lash in 1 hour. I'm not throwing shade or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, that shouldn't just be off the rip like a goal. You do want to lessen your time, but, like, don't think that, oh, I want to lash in 1 hour, I want to lash in 1 hour. No, make sure your sets are out. Like, if they're done in 1 hour, make sure that they're beautiful and make sure that the placement is correct, okay? Because I've seen somebody get dogged out on Facebook because she did her set in 1 hour because she been doing lashes for a long time. But when she got home and took pictures of, like, the bases and everything, like, y'all, it was so horrible. She was stacking lashes and she wasn't isolating properly, okay? So that's why I say, people that say, oh, I do lashes in 1 hour, sometimes it's just not a flex, you know what I'm saying? So don't worry about speed. The speed will come to you. As long as you practicing as much as you can, the speed will come, okay? So practicing and speed goes hand to hand. The more you practice, the better your speed will be, okay? Also, this goes hand in hand. The next thing I want to talk about is placement. So make sure you guys are always practicing on the placement of your lashes. You do not want to lash at the waterline. Do not lash at that waterline, because you're going to cause irritation and permanent lash loss. And then that's a possibility. People may want to sue you. And let's be honest, a lot of people don't have their esthetician license, so you're going to get in trouble. So just be careful, okay? You have to be careful. That's why I said practicing is just so important, okay? And that's really all I have to say about that, because I think that all tied into practicing and, you know, not worrying about the speed. All of that comes hand in hand. So really just practice on your placement. And there's 3 different ways you can place the lash. You can place it on top, on the side, or underneath. I am an underneath type of girl. My lash tech, she's on top type of girl. And then the person that was teaching me how to do lashes, she did hers both either under or on the side. I never got with the on the side. I always felt like on the side would create the lashes to be heavier. But hey, I'm not really educated on the side placement. I just like the under placement. That's what I'm used to doing. So get educated on placement and see what works best for you, okay? The next thing I want to talk about is getting the clients, okay? Getting the clients is one of the hardest parts, because you are a new lash tech and you just out here just thrown. Once you take a lash class, it's like you're just thrown in the seat. So the things that I did was I offered 10 free clients, and the way I did that was promotions through my social media pages. That's why I'm saying it is important to get you a social media page. Make sure you have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of that, because you want to be noticed. You want people to see you, especially people in the area. You want to be seen. You need people to know, like, hey, it's me. My name is Woo Woo, and I do lashes. Okay, get these Facebook lash groups that are in your city. I'm in my St. Louis hustlers group, and I post my work in there, and other people post their work in there, and that's how we find clients. But get you all your social medias together. Get you a booking site. We're not doing a DMs. We ain't doing none of that DMs. cut it. We ain't doing none of that, okay? Get you a site so people can properly book through your sites in order to get their lashes done by you, okay? So make sure that you have a system set up properly so you can be able to get your clients in. I use schedule. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna just put the word down here at the bottom. I use that app. That's where my booking site is. I don't remember how much it costs a month, but it's the most effective for me. I never had a problem with it. I recommend that booking site. I really don't like the Square site. I like the other one. So like I said, it's gonna be down here, but I really don't recommend the Square one. I really just don't like it. Sorry, but that's my opinion. You may like it, but get a booking site. And what I did was I posted on Instagram on my Lash page like, hey, first 10 clients free, blah blah blah. And then once I posted that, the girls started DMing me, and then I responded back to them, and I just went and mentally add them manually. My bad. I went and manually added them to my books. So. And I think that was October of last year. Yes, I went to go add them to my books, and that's how I got started, y'all. So don't be scared to really DM people, because even with my post on Instagram, I'm not saying 10 girls just automatically DM me. No, you have to go get the client sometimes. So what I also did was I hashtag stuff. STL, I don't know. What did I hashtag? Oh my gosh. No, I didn't hashtag anything. I went to my friends that lived in St. Louis. I went to their followers and I DM'd them. That's how I did it. Okay, so what I did was because I'm not from St. Louis, so I went to my St. Louis friends' pages, their Instagram pages. I went to their following and I scrolled through the girls who I noticed wear lashes, because you don't want to just lash anybody. You want to lash the girls who feels like lashes are just as important as getting their nails done every 2 weeks, okay? So those are the type of clients you want. Don't try to DM the girl who you never see have lashes on. They never got their lashes done, because they're not gonna get their lashes. They're gonna get your lashes done. They're going to get their lashes done by you one time and be done with you, okay? No, that's not what we want. We want the girls who feel like lashes are a necessity, like me. I feel like lashes are a necessity. You will never see me without my lashes. Lashes are it, okay? I care about my lashes just like I care about my hair, my nails, and my feet. So you want to go through their pictures. You want to see, they got on lashes, they got their extensions in. You know, they're consistently wearing lashes. Those are the girls you want to DM, okay? Do not DM the girls who always bald face, okay? That means they just simply don't wear lashes. So you doing their lashes is not really going to benefit you. Yes, you're going to be able to take cute pictures, and yes, you know, you have a client lashes that you did, but it's not really going to help you, you know, get consistent clients, you know? So pay attention to that, guys. Make sure that you guys are really paying attention to the people that you are lashing for free, okay? Once I got done with those 10 free clients, I went ahead and I made my prices. My prices were cheap because I was a beginner. I think I started off with $30 sets. Then I went to $50 sets. Then I stayed at $60 sets for a long time before I was like, okay, now I'm good. I think I stayed at $60 sets for about 3 months. And then once I got real good, I said, okay, $85 sets. I stayed at $85 sets all the way up until recently. Maybe like a month ago, I just upped it to 100. So now my value sets are 100. But that's because my work shows for it, okay? So you have to start somewhere, okay? So that's my whole build-up of how I gain clientele. And I'm going to just tell you this right off the rip. Getting clientele is going to be the hardest thing for you. It really, really, really is. Unless you just automatically have that support. I didn't have that support. I'm in a whole new city with people who barely know me because I'm not from St. Louis. I ain't grew up here. I ain't go to none of these high schools. I ain't go to college out here, nothing. I'm a whole brand new girl just using her hashtag stuff and wishing and hoping I get clients. You know what I'm saying? So I had to work 20 times harder. I had to go look for these people, okay? I had to go look. Versus if I was in Chicago with it, man, what? I had so many clients because people know me. I grew up there, born and raised there, went to high school there. You know what I'm saying? Like, people know me, so they gonna support. Versus me being in a whole new city, people don't know me. And that's what moves on to my next thing about using hashtags and content. Content is going to be so important. Make sure that you guys are using the best pictures. You're taking pictures every time you're done with your client. Don't matter if they're ugly, don't matter, because you want to see your progress. So I've been taking pictures from my first set to my last set. I did not care. I want to see what my work look like. And right here, I want to upload a picture of one of my very first sets that I can remember on my Instagram. Right there. And then right here, I want to insert a picture of my latest set. Boom, period, don't play with me, okay? So as y'all can see, big difference. It's about the growth. So don't be scared to take those pictures. You need the content for your page. If you are so scared to post your pictures on your page, people are never going to book with you, okay? They never will, because they're gonna feel like, you know, I don't see no pictures on her page. She want me to do her lashes. But you gotta start somewhere. And also I wanna mention, when you are grabbing your first 10 clients, please let them know how long it's gonna take for you to do their lashes. When I DM'd them, I used to be like, hi, my name is Emma Mercedes. I'm doing SCL. I'm a beginner's lash tech, and I'm interested in doing your lashes for free. Would you be willing to allow me to practice on you? Ooh. They'll be like, yes, boo, of course, ooh. But then I have to let them know, disclaimer, since I am a beginner, it will be taking me 5 hours. Y'all will be surprised how many of them girls said, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to let people know. Don't have people laying down on their back for 4 hours and you ain't tell them. Because that's going to irritate them, because that's not normally how long lashes take nowadays, because people are now trained and people are now, like, they're not beginners anymore. So give people the decency to at least know what they're getting themselves into. You can't just be like, lay down, and then they don't even know they're finna lay down for 4 or 5 hours. So that's an important gem, okay? Do not leave your supporters, your clients, your potential clients in the dust. Let them know every move that you're making, okay? So that's another tip that I have for you guys as far as being a lash tech, okay? So social media is important. Taking pictures is important. Promotion is important. Make sure y'all post every single day. Have little cute deals, best friend deals, $70 for the month. You know, like, have cute little deals when you're starting off, because that's gonna attract, you know, people as well. But also, you don't want to attract the wrong type of people. So I don't really throw out deals like that. I really just throw out deals to the people that have already been lashed to me, because, you know, sometimes when you have those quick little deals, it draws in the wrong type of client. And you want to draw in the type of client that doesn't mind spending whatever for their lashes. That's the goal. You always want that client that it don't matter what price it is, they're going to spend whatever on their lashes, because they love your work, they want the work done good, and they don't mind spending it, okay? Those are the clients you want. Not the cheap hoes. That's not going to be your target audience, okay? So you have to be kind of careful with having little deals, but it does kind of help as a startup, is what I'm saying. Now, last but not least, because I got to go to work, getting and investing in good quality products once you get better. Okay, so when I first started off, I was using Sky Glue and I was using Amazon product lashes, which I still do, because I do love T-Dance Amazon lashes, okay? The product is called T-Dance. I'm going to insert the name right here. I really do love their lashes. But when it comes down to glue, tweezers and everything, I get my tweezers from Cat Lash Me, and I get my glue and stuff from Lash Invasion. And those are like my two people. Those are my two to-go people, okay? I love them. Now, I never tried products as far as lashes, which I am going to start for the next year. But once I do, I have an idea in mind of who I want to get my lash trays from, because her lash sets always come out really nice, and she uses her own products. But that's when you realize that lash products are very expensive. That's why I say you want to kind of wait until you are, you know, charging people at least $100 for lash sets to be investing in lash trays, because like lash trays are expensive, okay? It be people selling them for $16 a tray, $19 a tray, $20 a tray. So if you are only charging $60 for lashes, you're not making no money. That's why I say start off with Amazon lash products, T-Dance, for example. And then, you know, you grow from there. Some people still use Amazon lash tray products. But I can honestly say that my T-Dance lashes, when I tried them, they always work for me. Beautiful lashes, I love them. But when I tried these lash trays from a vendor, when I was thinking about starting my own lash tray business, they were golden, okay? They were beautiful. So already I know that lash trays from companies is going to be way different than lash trays from Amazon, okay? So once you get to that level, you can really invest in the products, but really invest in those products. I definitely recommend you investing in yourself once you grow, okay? Because I'm telling you, I love my tweezers, and I also love Lash Invasion, her hollow hole, her Infinity and Beyond bonder, and she has another thing for her primer. All of them are so good. I found her through TikTok, you know. So I recommend just investing in good qualities, okay? And as far as, because I know I'm getting this question, as far as lash curls, I really love CC and D curls. I don't really use C curl like that. I really am a CC girl. So I'm either a CC girl, CC curl, or a D curl. So those are my two go-tos. But also it depends on the eye shape. That's why I said it's important to get educated so you can know the difference between eyes. Or do they have round eyes? Or do they have almond-shaped eyes? You have to know so you can see what type of lashes you need. But I'm not gonna lie, y'all, the CC curl mixed with the D curl, it always do it for me. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope I was able to answer a couple of good questions. Other than that, you guys, I'm about to get ready for work, feed my dog and all that good stuff. And I hope to see you guys in my next Vlogmas episode, because I think tomorrow I'll be vlogging. I may not. I don't know when I'm going tomorrow. But other than that, see you guys in my next Vlogmas episode. Bye.